You know the moment? You finally sit on a bed, a bus seat, cold tile of a bathroom floor, and something inside you quietly folds. Not with a scream. Not with a crash. Just a soft, silent collapse. Like a bridge that carried far more weight than it was ever designed for, finally whispering, "I can't hold all of this at once." If you felt that even once, you already understand the people who have been through too much in a way no one else ever will. People look at us and ask, "Why are you so calm about things that should destroy you?" We don't know how to explain that. It isn't calm, it's numbness. It's the stillness that grows when your heart has run to many marathons with no finish line. No water stations, no one waiting at the end. Resilience. To us, doesn't feel like strength. It feels like the only option left when every other door was slammed shut. There's a gravity behind our eyes, a pause before we answer, a softness when we listen. We learned to fold pain into the hidden corners of the mind so we could keep walking while a storm raged inside. World calls it maturity. We know the truth. It was forced, extracted, required. Some people grow because they're nurtured. We grew because life refused to give us the childhood, the innocence, the safety that everyone else seemed to get. Our nervous system rewired itself without asking. Permission, hyper-awareness, emotional, bracing, anticipating the worst, even when the worst is nowhere in sight. We overthink because uncertainty once almost killed us. We scan tones, silences, tiny shifts in expression because we learned early that danger often arrives wearing a smile. We read rooms. Before we enter them, we calm others. While our own heart is trembling, we make ourselves small. When attention feels unsafe, we recover from disappointment in seconds because life never gave us the luxury of falling apart. Psychologists call it many things. Emotional overcompensation, hypervigilance, pattern recognition forged by necessity. We just call it surviving. And yet, out of that survival grew something tender, a gentleness that comes from knowing exactly how sharp pain can be, a depth of empathy that lets us feel someone else's hurt before they speak it. We notice the smallest cracks in voices, the half second long before a smile, the "I'm fine" that really means I'm drowning. Tenderness is often mistaken for weakness, but softness forged in fire is not fragile. It is the strongest thing we own. We become the person others lean on, the one who holds space so naturally that no one notices we have never truly been held. Ourselves, we give warmth because we have lived through cold chapters. We understand because we have had to understand ourselves in ways most people never do. Behind that empathy, though, lies exhaustion, not the kind you post about, the quiet kind that doesn't shout. It retreats, shorter messages, softer laughs, a presence that slowly fades so no one panics. When someone finally asks, "Are you okay?" we smile and say, "I'm good." Because explaining the entire storm feels heavier than carrying it alone. We learned early that relying on others was unpredictable, and unpredictability felt like the edge of a cliff. So we became masters of self-soothing, self-analyzing, self-correcting. Not because we wanted to, because we had to. Independence, for us, is not confidence. It is protection. Love, for us, is not reckless. It is cautious, deliberate, terrifyingly deep. Once we let someone in, we love with a loyalty that feels rare these days. We notice everything. We remember the way you take your coffee. When you're sad, we feel your mood shift before you do. But inconsistency wounds us deeply. Not because we are fragile, but because it echoes every time the ground disappeared beneath us. When we react strongly to something small, please remember it isn't the present moment we're reacting to. It's the echo of every past moment when we were unseen, unheard, unsafe. We carry invisible grief. 2. Grief for the version of us who trusted easily, who believed good things lasted, who didn't brace for impact. Every time happiness showed up, We hesitate before joy. We question comfort. We quietly ask, is this real? Not because we're negative, because our brain memorized the pattern that good moments were often followed by collapse and still. We continue, not because we are unbreakable, but because we have already been broken and found a way to stand anyway. There is a wisdom that only comes from surviving yourself, a self-awareness born from nights spent, decoding your own mind with no map, an empathy born from immersion. In pain, we turn scars into insight, pain into depth, chaos into quiet power, and maybe the most beautiful. Truth is this: nothing about us is damaged. Our caution makes sense, our depth makes sense, our reactions make sense. We are not fragile. We are adaptive. We are sensitive. In a world that rewards numbness, thoughtful, in a world that praises speed, emotionally complex, in a world that prefers simple, our mind is not a battlefield. It is a testament, testament to everything we survived, to everything we learned, to the quiet, persistent hope that still lives inside us, small, bruised, but refusing to die. If you are one of us, if you have carried too much, felt too much, grown too soon, know this: you did not just survive. You grew through it. And that growth, even when it was born from pain, is now your quiet, unbreakable light.